Wife Life 101. All right, so tonight I'm going to show you guys how to feed 2 people off of 1 lobster tail. So it is possible, guys. So let's take a look. All right, so be careful here because those shells are very, very sharp. It could poke you from pulling it on the inside or just from pulling it apart on the outside. But anyway, I slid it down the middle on both sides. I used my kitchen shears. They actually worked a little bit better. And then all you do is just pull that sucker apart. Now you want to rinse it. Rinse it really good because you could have little pieces of shell in there. So after it's rinsed off, you just put it into your baking pan. And I'm seasoning here tonight with Old Bay, some garlic, and cilantro. I'm going really, really, really light here tonight. And just a little bit of butter. And then I just basically put it into the oven and I baked it on 350 until my spirit felt right. And then I drizzled some butter on the end. And voila! Wife Life 101. All right, so today we're making collard green and fried chicken egg roll with the side of sweet chili Asian sauce. All right, so go ahead and get you some egg roll wraps, get you an egg, get you a bowl of collard greens, and then you want to get your fried chicken strips. So this is basically leftovers from yesterday. But what I'm going to do is lay out that egg roll wrap, and then I'm going to put in my strained collard greens, and then those slices of chopped up chicken, I'm going to put those in the middle, and then I'm going to baste each side of my wrap with this egg mixture. And then I just proceed to kind of wrap it like I do those weird shaped Christmas gifts. You kind of just roll it, tuck it, and fold it. So that's what I'm going to do. Let's repeat. Put your mixture in the middle, and then you're going to go ahead and get that egg around the edges, and then you're going to roll it. It's going to look like that. Now, put it in your oil. I don't know how hot this oil is, but I just dropped a little piece in there, and it sizzled, so I knew it was right. Take it out when it's golden brown, and then you're going to go ahead and slice it on an angle so it looks really cute, and then you're going to put that store-bought chili sauce in the middle.
The banana split. David Evans Sickler, a 23-year-old apprentice pharmacist from Pennsylvania, invented the banana-based triple ice cream sundae in 1904, originally costing 10 cents.
How to get wiped up. Today we're going to take it back to our childhood and we're going to be making a basic fideo. First, add a little bit of oil to the bottom of your pan and then put whatever shape pasta you have in. I couldn't get my hands on exact fideo, but that's okay. This is going to work just fine. Now we're going to fry it until some of the pieces turn brown like this. Once we do, we're going to add our water. And because I know you want exact measurements, I measured it for you guys. This is going to be 5 cups of water to one of those small packages. Now we're going to add our tomato sauce because we don't want to use a blender and wash the dishes. Don't come at me for being lazy. This is just smart. Now we're going to add 2 tablespoons of chicken bouillon, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, and half a teaspoon of onion powder. This is exactly how I like it. If you want to add weenies, papas, or bacon, you totally can. And now serve it up for childhood memories. How to get wiped up. You're going to learn how to make huevona chicken 2 different ways. Yes, I said lazy chicken. You can't even ruin this. These are thighs. Remove the skin. Cover. Don't worry about taking off all the fat. You guys are going to survive. Medium heat. It'll start to release its juice like this. This dish actually does have a name, but it's so basic the way that I make it that I'm not going to offend anybody by naming it. And you know you're going to get offended. All we're going to do is add chicken bouillon, a generous amount. Your next ingredient is bell peppers. Bell peppers. That's it. You're going to blend that. That is the entire thing. You cannot ruin it. It's so simple without sacrificing flavor. Now potatoes, cut whatever size you want. Add that in with your sauce, a little bit of corn. Cook until done thoroughly. Plate it up. Huevona chicken 1 is done. Delicious. Huevona chicken 2, instead of bell pepper, blend cilantro. Add to potatoes and peas. Huevona chicken 2. Trust me, try it. It's too easy not to try. How to get wiped up, part 3. Today we're going to be making fish tacos. First, make your batter. Next, you're going to go ahead and you're going to start to shred your cabbage and some carrots. You can actually go to the store and buy these already in baggies pre-shredded, but if you do, they're going to judge you and call you lazy, so don't do that. And if you do, don't put it on TikTok. Next, you're going to mix that with some mayo and some sour cream. You're going to set it to the side. Then you can start to season your fish. You can put salt, pepper, whatever you'd like. I found some of this Slap Yo Mama in my cabinet, so I'm going to go ahead and use this. Now, you can also do this with shrimp, or you can pre-cut your fish to make it easier for the breading. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to dip it in that batter that you made. I've seen some people make this with pancake batter. I don't think there's a right or wrong way to do. You're going to go ahead and you're going to put that in some hot oil, and you're going to let it get a little golden before you flip it to the next side. In the meantime, you're going to go ahead and you're going to start on your chipotle sauce. Here are the ingredients. Sometimes I like to add jalapeno juice in there just to give it that extra kick. And then while that's going, you're going to go ahead and you're going to heat up your tortillas. I like to put cheese on them because that sounds delicious. And then you load up your tacos and boom, you're a wife.
Milkshake French fry date. Go! A pound of frozen steak cut fries. A couple tablespoons of canola oil. Mix. Cayenne, garlic, Italian, paprika. Get that on there and mix. A buttload of salt. 425 in the oven for 25 minutes. Flip halfway through. Milkshake ingredients. Couple scoops of coffee ice cream. Chocolate chunks. A couple broken up Oreos. Substantially less milk than you'd expect. And enjoy.
Hi everyone! In this video, I'm going to show you how to make my Sunday brunch Nigerian style fried rice with hot stewed chicken and plantain. The first thing I do is boil my chicken with all the ingredients on screen for around 20 minutes. I also blanch my veg for 2 to 3 minutes just to soften them up. I take my chicken out and strain the stock. I'll place it into a separate pan and top it up with boiling water. I then add my washed rice to the pan with curry powder. I'll mix that thoroughly and leave to cook. To another pan, I heat oil, add onions with salt and my liver. I cook this for around 10 minutes before adding in my mixed veg and peppers. I mix this together, add my chili and my Maggi. I fry that off for a further 5 minutes before adding in my rice. Stir together and fry. For my chicken, I fry onions with salt and Maggi, add tomatoes and chili after 5 minutes with all the other ingredients on screen. I then add my chicken and cook for 5 minutes on both sides. In the meantime, I chop my plantain, add salt and fry until golden brown. And there we have it, brunch is served. I do have one question. Do you prefer jollof or fried rice? Calling all food lovers, this is my version of Nigerian style jollof rice. Ingredients and measurements are on screen throughout. To a hot pan of oil, I'll add in finely chopped onions, a pinch of salt and red pepper. I'll leave this to cook for 3 minutes before adding in my tomato paste. After 5 minutes, I add in my blended tomato, chili and onion. A dash of water helps if the mixture is getting too thick. After 10 minutes of cooking, I add in all the spices on screen. I add enough boiling water to accommodate the amount of rice that I'll be adding. I then go ahead and add in the remaining crayfish and chili flakes to my tasting. Now for the rice. I measure out how much I want to use, I wash it thoroughly and add it to the mixture. Once it's all mixed together, I cover it with foil and let it cook for a further 10 minutes. I add in my peas just before my rice is ready for the perfect texture. I'll cook this for a final 10 minutes on a medium heat to allow the rice to slowly steam up and absorb all the flavours. Nigeria has the best jollof. This is my version. Enjoy! It was only last year that I experienced my first ever taste of suya, and oh my, I had to learn this recipe. Start off by soaking your skewers in cold water. This will increase the endurance on the grill. On to my favourite part, the beef. You want to slice up your beef nice and thin like I have done here. Next, add all your spices on screen. Don't forget a splash of oil. Mix this thoroughly and leave for roughly 1 hour. Once done, you want to arrange your beef onto the skewers and place to one side. Slice up as many onions as you like and add your suya mix onto your beef. For those who have time to make your own suya mix, I've left the ingredients on screen. For those who don't, you can pick up your ready-made suya mix from any African shop. Time for cooking. Light up your grill and when nice and hot, place on your suya and cover if necessary. I use foil to keep the heat in. Whip your suya every now and again and add oil to keep it nice and moist. And all done. It's not real suya if it's not served on newspaper. Add your sliced onions and more suya mix. Serve with your favourite ice drink. And there you have it. Homemade suya. Enjoy! Hi guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be making Akara with Agege bread and pap. Firstly, I'll be taking some already skinned beans and washing them in water. In the meantime, I prepare my onion, pepper and chili. I go ahead and blend my beans with all the ingredients on screen until nice and smooth. I then pour this out into a separate bowl and mix by hand for 3 to 4 minutes to make sure all the ingredients are combined. I now add in the rest of the ingredients on screen. Now over to making the pap. Measurements are on screen throughout. To my powder, I add cold water and let that set whilst I shallow fry my Akara. I fry this until golden brown on both sides. I take it out and as per usual, place it on tissue to soak up all the excess oil. As you saw, I added boiling water to my pap slowly until it's nice and thick and added sugar and evaporated milk to taste. And it's done! Do you prefer to eat yours with pap, bread or both? I heard the best way you eat Agege bread and Akara is by squishing the Akara into the bread. How satisfying. Enjoy!
It's time for shortbread. 2 sticks of butter. Half a cup of powdered sugar. Wait, I forgot to mention, make sure your sticks of butter are softened at room temperature and not melted at all. This is important. Almond extract. I'm going to throw in a little more. Cream. Make sure you scrape all the sides of your bowl once your butter's nice and creamed. 2 cups of flour. Get in there. Once your dough comes together, separate it into 4. First ball, zest of a lemon. Add a little bit of rosemary and then mix until combined. Second bowl, add some more almond extract, a little bit of loose leaf Earl Grey tea. Once again, mix until combined. Third bowl, add some vanilla. Mix, this is our plain shortbread. Fourth bowl, throw in some cocoa powder, a little bit more almond. Add just a little bit of espresso. Mix. Put them in plastic wrapped burritos and let them chill in the fridge. Bake at 350 for 15 minutes. Ta-da!
How to get wiped up, part 5. Today we're going to be making chile relleno. First, char your chiles. Next, you're going to put them in a bag to sweat. Set them aside for a couple minutes. Don't skip this step. It makes it easy to peel. See? That was easy to peel. Now you're going to go ahead and add your cheese. I did Monterey Jack and queso fresco, my fave. Now you're going to close it up with a toothpick. In the meantime, you're going to blend egg whites separated from the egg yolks. Do this until they create peaks, no less than 5 minutes. Add your egg yolk in slowly. Now flour your chiles so that the batter sticks to them a lot easier. Go ahead and dip them into your egg batter and stick that into your hot oil. Flip them once you get a little golden brown color. If you want a sauce, you're gonna go ahead and blend tomato, onion, garlic, chile de árbol with salt and Nor Suiza. You're gonna put that into a pan and let that boil to burn off the raw onion flavor. Once it boils, you can add some water if you want a thinner consistency. Don't forget to taste it to make sure that the raw onion flavor is gone. Add your chile rellenos and there you go. Wifey status. How to get wiped up. Today we're making shrimp and chipotle sauce. You're gonna need butter, chipotle peppers, garlic, sour cream, bell peppers, and the vinegar from jalapenos. Go ahead and slice up your bell pepper. If you don't want to use them, don't use them. If you want to add onions, add onions. Do you, baby. Now add it to your pan. Saute it for a little bit until it's as soft as you want it to be. Now add your chipotle and your sour cream to your blender and blend. I add a little bit of milk at the end just to get all of it out. Now saute your shrimp with the butter and the garlic. Add everything back in. Now we're just going to add the vinegar of the jalapenos. Here's me pretending to put it in because I had already done that. Add salt to taste and bam, super easy, right? How to get wiped up. Today we're making chocolate chip cookies and gaining some pounds. 1 cup softened butter, 3/4 a cup of sugar, and 3/4 a cup of brown sugar. Now we're going to blend this. Add 2 teaspoons vanilla extract, 1 egg, and 1 egg yolk. Blend again. In a separate bowl, 2.5 cups all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Mix. Now we're going to blend the 2 bowls together and we're going to add whatever we want because the gyms are still closed. Now roll it into a little ball like this and press it down with 2 fingers like so. In the oven at 375 for 10 minutes. So easy, so delicious. Come on, guys.
If you like a steaming pile of meat wrapped in wet pastry, steak and kidney pudding is for you. Us Brits have been eating them since 1839. Want to make them at home? Combine stewed steak, ox kidney and wrap it in solidified animal fat and flour. Trust me.
Wife Life 101. Tonight we're making pasta visual. That is Olive Garden's #1 selling soup. All right, so first you want to go ahead and get your ground beef, your carrots, your celery, and your onion into a pan. You want to get that meat cooked halfway. All right, do not cook it all the way because you want it to crumble up really good when you put it into the sauce. Next, you want to bring your chicken broth, your tomatoes, and all of your beans up to a slight boil. And then you want to go ahead and add in your basil. I always use a paste in my soups because it's so sweet and it gives a good flavor. Now I want to go ahead and get in my Italian seasoning and my tomato sauce. All right, so I added in like a cup, but I always eyeball it, so do what you feel. All right, I got my noodles. They're al dente now. So now I want to start incorporating everything. But first, I'm going to go ahead and get my meat and my vegetables inside. They're going to come to that slight boil as well. Stir it up real good. And then you want to go ahead and add in your noodles. Do your noodles cup by cup. And then you want to let that cook all the way for another 30-40 minutes. Wife Life 101. All right, so tonight we're making colossal lobster with premium crab meat. So go ahead and get your lobster tail. You want to cut it down its spine, and then you're going to go ahead and lift that meat out onto the top of the shell, okay? So when I get it outside of the shell, I'm going to go ahead and coat it with a butter mixture. It's basically butter, cilantro, and some garlic. All right, so there's my crab meat. Next, I want to go ahead and get my mixture together. So basically all of these ingredients, I put them into a bowl. Make sure you only use the yolk, not the egg white, okay? And then you get your crab meat and then you gently put it into the mixture. You don't want to break it up into teeny tiny pieces. So try to keep them as lump as possible. Mix it up real good like I did here. And then you're going to go ahead and get that lobster tail, put that crab meat on top, and then you want to put it back into the oven. I baked it at 375. When it was all done, I drizzled some more garlic butter on top until it was all done. Look at that. Don't it look good?